Hi, everyone. Welcome to Just Wing It with Blake and Jamie. Hope you're doing good. Hi, Mary. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, so late. Got caught up on a work call issue. Hey, Paprika. Sorry, so late. I got caught up on a work call and I was like hoping it was going to be shorter, but hero? Hero what? Why is everyone saying hero? Oh, well, oh, and Ken was questioning hero. Okay, I got it now. You guys, oh, I'll wait for Blake, but I gotta tell you something cool. But yeah, sorry I'm late. They were, I was on there's some work issue, so. Sometimes it's never ending. Yeah, I hope he's not sleeping by now. Hey, he's an hour behind us though, so. But I didn't want to cancel another week, even though I'm an hour late. I have a couple exciting things to tell you. But what did you guys eat today? I had my wonderful Wednesday night free dinner at the hotel. They had like chicken strip, potato salad, coleslaw, of course a brownie, and celery and stuff like that. Yeah, Blake will probably come in and be like, "Well, I can only stay for 5 minutes." No. Wings and mozzarella sticks. Yeah, Ken has some good dinners for me this weekend. I can't wait to get home this weekend and eat some good dinner. So what did you have, Mary? You didn't tell me yet. Well, I don't know. Sorry, Mary, I'm not starting. Oh, if you did, I missed yours. Let me go back. Oh, Dad made chicken and potato salad. Dad is such a good father. I missed your comment. Sorry, Mirror Mirror. So how's Reggie been doing? Is she still watching? Or did she give up on me? Did you forgive me? She doesn't like my history lessons. Mary told me that she stopped at my history lessons. Hmm. I've had a comment like that before. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, that's so cute. Michael is not a fan of what? Oh, of how well she's doing her makeup? Yeah. I thought you meant like Michael's not a fan of my history lessons. I'm like, he of all people I would think would like my history lesson portion. Well, Mary, maybe Reggie in a couple years might start her YouTube makeup channel. She'd probably surpass me. How have you been, Paprika? How's the kids doing? Hope they're doing much better. Mary, have you made a recent video? Because I don't know if I've gotten your notifications. I don't know if I'm missing them. I just want to make sure I go back and catch up if I missed a video. No, it's okay. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something because you know me, work's been so crazy. I'm behind on watching videos. I was gonna try to watch some videos before the live, and then I got the work call. Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Oh yeah. Oh, it got canceled. Oh, that sucks. Was that in Granbury? Because I know you do well with the Granbury ones. What did you eat tonight, Dee Dee? Oh, the weather. Oh, that sucks. The weather, what is it gonna? Oh, was that like the windy one? Because it was windy? Or were you having other storms? Shrimp and rice. Oh, I've been having more seafood now because our hospital, obviously I'm in, because I don't know if it's because I'm in Florida, but they have some type of seafood every day. And so um oh, raining lightning, I got it. Yeah, so I've been like yes, or because it's Doctor's Week, they had like octopus and mussels and stuff. Oh, it was so good. And shrimp and all that because because Monday was Doctor's Day, and then this whole week is doctors. So they're doing stuff for the Doctor's Week, for the doctors. So it, there's been some really yummy food. Well, I like it, Ken. I mean, they have beef too and steak, but I kind of like the seafood, obviously, especially because Ken doesn't like seafood, so he doesn't get me. I don't get much seafood when I'm with Ken. But he is making me salmon this weekend. Salmon and then corned beef and cabbage because I didn't get corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day. And because I was here for St. Patrick's Day, so I didn't get it. And I thought maybe the hospital would have the corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day, but they didn't. So, but their whole kitchen is under renovation, so they're like got this temporary kitchen.
Goodness.
Hi, Blake.
Hi, I am so sorry. I left my phone on the table over here while I was working with the water and pulling weeds, and I didn't see your text. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry that I'm an hour late.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll
I
be
just
fine.
I just didn't want to cancel another week, but I was trying to get off
Well,
the phone, but
last week was my fault. So, I was so irritated too. Plus, like, we haven't been on since I told you that my one of my employees quit. He quit on me, and it was the guy that was living in my back house out here. He
oh
quit, packed all his stuff in the middle of the night, didn't tell me he was leaving, didn't pay his last month's rent, cursed me up and down on the phone after he left, and yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was so flabbergasted. I had never paid somebody as much as I paid him an hour rate. Blew my mind that he was,
that what wow. Well, I wonder
yeah.
what set him over the edge. I mean, what the
You know,
heck?
I don't know. I think it was just because that weekend we had to work on Sunday and he wanted not to. So he just made an impulsive decision. He
Wow.
had been drinking too, and like whenever he packed all his stuff, he left the back house just completely trashed. He left a bunch of his stuff here. It was disgusting in there, absolutely disgusting. And
Wow.
um brought his toolbox inside that place, his giant 1,000-pound toolbox that had hundreds of tools in it, brought it inside, and it made the floor have a like it's not level anymore. So I have to go under the house
Oh,
and put more blocks underneath it just to get it to level out.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
and he broke the faucet the it was turned off underneath the sink because the thing was bent down and spewing water out the top. If you didn't have it turned off, you couldn't just turn the thing off anymore because it was busted. And uh the light in the I guess just in the main studio part area, uh he broke the chain on it. It didn't work anymore. His dog chewed the door open and messed it up so bad that it doesn't shut anymore. You have to lock the door in order for you have to lock the deadbolt in order for the door to stay shut. Uh, his dog ripped all the insulation off of the side of the wall, tore it all to hell. Bathroom light doesn't work anymore. Uh, it was absolutely. I was just so I don't know. I'd never been done that dirty before.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking over $3,000 worth of damage.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Blake. Well, and that's kind of scares me now because we this weekend we have a renter coming in to move into our cabin area, and
Mm,
it's a 20-year-old kid, and he seems like he's a nice kid and all that, and but oh my gosh, like hearing that, it's like, oh, and we weren't sure if we really wanted to rent because it's not like,
yeah.
yeah, the extra cash is will be nice, but is it going to be worth the extra cash? Because for the
You
cabin, it's
may end
so
up
small.
having to put all that money that you just got back into it because he
Exactly.
tears it up so bad. Got to be
Yeah.
careful.
I mean, he doesn't have animals, so that's one good thing. And
I guess that
um,
is a good thing. But
but and it's just him, and so hopefully it works out. But me and Ken were like, is the extra $500 a month going to be really worth having a renter? So this guy's going to be a trial because he said he only needs like a couple months.
That's all his rent is
Well,
$500.
the cabin is like, well, it's not really a cabin, but we call it the cabin. It's like 900 square foot, or no, like 500 square foot. So it's really small. So
Is it smaller than that building that I just showed you?
probably.
Yeah. Is it smaller than that one?
What? How many square foot is that?
I don't know.
And I don't know. It's probably about that.
Well, the people pay $800 for that here.
You have a lease agreement that stipulates that exhaust will stay on his vehicle and no crazy women. You do not really have a lease agreement, do you, Ken? How did you get a lease agreement?
How'd you manage that?
Or is that a joke?
I think he's being facetious.
12 by 38 is what, ours? Oh my gosh, you really do have a lease agreement? How did you get that?
Well, hell. There you go.
I didn't even think online. That's so funny. And you put crazy women and exhaust in the lease agreement? Really? Oh my gosh, Ken, you're so weird. Oh, and Ken shaved off his beard and his head.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So I can't wait to go home this weekend and see him without.
Hey.
I mean, he sent me a picture and I Skyped him, but so I saw him, but I'm excited to actually like see my husband without a beard and hair. Well, I know you don't like drama or noise, but I can't believe that's what you put in the lease agreement. That's hilarious. But
I don't like the drama or the noise.
Speaking of Blake, and I don't know if you'll be able to at short notice or whatever, and it's far, but if Kenny is getting married on the 4th of July, and of course you're always invited if you wanted to, and it's going to be at my house.
In Georgia?
Yeah. I know it's far, but
that's a trip. You got me taking a trip during my money making time. All right.
Well, that's why don't feel obligated, but you're more than welcome to if you wanted to.
Well, thank you. That does sound like fun. I'll have to talk to Natalie and see if she wants to.
So yeah,
I love weddings.
Of course, I would have to invite you, but trust me, it's a long way. I completely understand, and it's the 4th of July, and most people have plans and stuff. So
right, yeah. I don't know what we're doing for the 4th. I don't know if we have any plans, to tell you the truth.
And it's gonna be at our house, the ceremony, and we're gonna just do like more of a get together because who knows how many people will be able to make it because it is 4th of July, and it's kind of last minute that he decided, but yeah, absolutely, you're welcome. You're part of the family now.
Yay!
You and Cheyenne.
With arms wide open.
And Cheyenne's more than welcome too. You know, she's my family too. But I'm sure she has plans too, so, especially with her kiddos.
I'm bringing all them damn kids over here. Nope.
But yeah, but yeah, he's getting married, so I'm excited about that.
Get married.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
He was supposed to do it he was supposed to do it in October, but for some reason they moved it up to July. I guess they
can't wait.
Yeah, they can't wait. They want to get it done. So
I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait a whole nother year before we actually got married because I just wanted to have the money up front for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to save for it. But then
Well,
again, I feel like if I had a done and went that route, it wouldn't have gotten saved for it.
it's hard when you're trying to do that. Is there ever a right time? Probably not. And that's why
No, it's
sometimes you
just
just,
like having kids.
yeah, there's,
You're either gonna do it or you're not.
exactly, just do it.
Hmm.
To put pressure on you is why they moved it. Yeah, Ken, especially because he was, he's like, okay, I got plenty of time, October, because he wanted to make stuff for the, um, by the pond, because we're going to have it by the ceremony by the pond. So he's got to make something so they can like stand under and it's pretty and all that. And
Uh
now Ken has less time to do it,
huh.
but it's all good. And
Poor
then
guy.
and then
He's just a working man.
and we'll probably just get like some tents for the area and then have Ken grill out like something hot dogs and hamburgers or something. But the bad thing is too, it's Georgia and then we're gonna do it outside and it's gonna be hot as hell in Georgia in
Humid.
July.
It's not hot. It's humid. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
It's like just bitter, awful. Oh my goodness.
October would have been probably a better time because of it. So with the weather in Georgia.
Yeah. Oh
And
God.
and we would have had the colors, the fall colors. That would have been pretty. So, but I mean, that's what he wants. So all the work in the wedding and the cook. Yep, yep. You got it, Ken. Get busy. Get her done. So,
Yeah.
and Andy's got to get a tux because he's gonna be um the like not only the father of the groom, but Kenny wants him standing up by him, and so
Aw,
yeah,
that's
so
sweet.
yeah, he he's gonna be in the party and the father of the groom.
Daniel was our minister, if you remember.
Yeah,
That's my stepdad.
yeah, and my brother is gonna be the officiator. He's gonna
That's
officiate
what
the
it's called,
wedding.
officiator.
Yeah, my brother's gonna do that because he can do it in Illinois, but I told him I go, you better work on it and get it done for Georgia. So I don't know what you got to do for Georgia, but figure it out and get down here and officiate the wedding.
You can do it.
And he's like, okay, I don't have much time, but okay. You're gonna be the flower girl, Mir. That's funny. Um,
I'll be the flower girl. Let me do it. If you put me in there and you make me the flower girl, then I'll do
that would
it.
be funny and sick. But yeah, I think I'm guessing Iris will be the flower girl. I don't know if we have um I don't know about ring bearer or whatever, but maybe Bentley. I don't know. I mean that's up to Kenny, but anyway, oh my gosh, it's we got to get with the movie. So with the honors, what did you think, Blake?
If we were capable, would you even attempt or even try to attend a college like Harvard?
Um, I think whenever I was like in high school, like I did want to go to a prestigious college because for some reason people think that having that on your resume makes you that much better. But unfortunately, because I got pregnant and everything, and plus I didn't want to go out of state because um, I mean, before I went to college, I wasn't pregnant, obviously, but I was with Ken. And so I didn't want to go out of state because then I would be away from Ken.
Yeah.
And um, and so and going to a junior college was cheaper, and I I came to realize that it doesn't matter what you do for your prereqs because you why go to a 4-year college for your prereqs when it's like 10 times the amount of money. But if I was a millionaire, Would I go to Harvard? Maybe just because it's prestigious, but it
Yeah.
honestly didn't help like I still was able to get a job. I mean, nurses, like, they're dying for nurses, so does it really matter what school I went if I went to Harvard versus something else, another
I didn't
school?
know that they were dying for nurses. I
Oh my
thought that
gosh.
that market was pretty sold up.
No, every hospital short staffed.
Wow.
Yeah, Ken says every in education is valid despite what the price is. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on, like, if you like if you're going to school for like a lawyer, maybe that would make a difference. And I think that's
Yeah.
what I think that's what he was in college for, was to be a lawyer. But I mean, but honestly, like, the whole with honors thing is I think that's overrated too, because yeah, it's nice to put on your resume, but you're still going to be able to get a job, and as long as you do a great job. And I
Yeah.
think that's what he finally realized at the end, and why he's like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to graduate with honors, but I'm still graduating and I can still do my life. And I just was able to help this guy before he dies to get his
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah, I feel like the sentiment of this movie is it's based in perception of people is not what it always seems to be, I think. That was a big one for me, as far as what you see on the surface of somebody. And uh, you, if you didn't see him as a guy with raggedy clothes and a big beard, you would think he was a very smart, educated person with a real prestigious background. But uh, he just staying there and reading the books and learning it taught him how to be articulate and living in a, I guess, a sense of like uh, less than fortunate kind of living situation. He you you can see the in his point of view, just I feel like he had the best understanding of what mattered and what didn't matter. That's the big part, because you may know what what matters, but you don't know what doesn't matter, and you're using all of this stuff that doesn't really matter at the end of the day when it was irrelevant. It does no difference for you. Like you were saying, you still graduated, but you didn't get your honors. So what?
Yeah.
Who
And
cares?
so many people think that you have to have that, um and it's a big deal. And it is a big deal, but there's other things that, like, when things happen in life, then it is what it is. Yeah, Ken says he was humbled by an unfortunate turn of events that forced him to see people who for who they are, even when they are flawed. Yeah, especially when he was burning his thesis, or
Yeah,
his dissertation, and he's like freaking out, and that's one way he gave him the time of day, and then he ended up becoming friends with him, and it's like, but that showed him, like, how valuable life really is.
yeah.
And and hi, Prince Daniel, thanks for coming in. But
The moment mattered more.
exactly, and in the grand scheme of things, 20 plus years later, being in the healthcare, would if I would have went to a prestigious school, or straight into a 4 year college, guess what? I'd be probably in the same position I am now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, going to a junior college did not prevent me from being where I'm at today.
Mm.
What matters is that I have those degrees. Nobody knows, especially now that I travel everywhere. No one knows where Lewis University is in Illinois.
Oh, we got to move the water, guys. Let's go for a walk. I'm watering the grass. I mean, Are you reading something? Oh, I think we lost Jamie. Oh, there she is. There she is. Gotta go water some grass. Gotta move the water real quick.
Everyone's
But
multitasking.
I know this is insane. I just
Yep.
I wish I had a sprinkler system so bad. Like, so all I had to do was just set a timer and let it do it. Set it and forget it. But life is not that easy.
No, it's not.
Okay, you guys are going in my pocket real quick so I can move this. Let's put
Okay.
you right there.
Ken says work ethic is what sets your
But
career in future. Work hard and prevail. And yeah, absolutely. And that's what, like all those prestigious schools do is really like maybe get you your first job gig, especially if you're in a very saturated type of field where like healthcare, it doesn't
industry,
matter.
yeah.
In healthcare, you're going to get a job no matter what school you go to. Maybe being a lawyer is a little bit different because maybe I don't know if it's more saturated. Oh, it seems like it's saturated. I mean, you look at the billboard
Everybody
signs.
wants to be a lawyer.
Yeah, and you see the billboard signs. I mean, they're a dime a
Hmm.
dozen. So,
They're
uh,
everywhere. You're not wrong
so
about that. I'll give you that much.
maybe in Harvard is a lawyer type school. I mean, they're
I
known
think
for
it
their
is.
lawyer.
I think it's actually no. I think Harvard is a more doctor school.
Well, if
Or
it's
no,
more of a,
no Harvard law.
yeah,
Yeah, that they're known for their law school. You're
yeah,
right.
and and even as a doctor, yeah, a lot of times they're like, oh, they came from this medical school, and sometimes that helps them get into places. But guess what? We need doctors everywhere, and as long as you do well in a
What?
residency and get into residency and you're a good doctor, you're gonna hell, there's bad doctors that get a job. I mean, being all over the country and seeing and being on this side of quality, I I've seen quite a few bad doctors too throughout the country. I mean, sometimes I wonder like what's going on with healthcare in
Where are the
general.
worst doctors that you've seen? What
I mean,
state?
well, every hospital has its good and bad.
No, but I mean, is there one that really sticks out that you remember? Like, gosh, those doctors were awful.
Um, I probably shouldn't say online
I guess you're right. Yeah.
confidentially.
Can you say the state? Can you say the state?
Um, I probably shouldn't just because
Ah, we don't get no tea.
it's especially with what I do. I don't want to say anything.
It's like football players who will never down another team because they maybe end up playing for them one
Yeah,
day.
exactly. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to mess things up. It wasn't in Texas. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Ken says prestige schools will help you obtain networking with bullshit camaraderies. You are only as good as your work ethic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can attest to that. If your work ethic is ass, then you are ass.
Yeah, and you know, I love Joe Pesci, and he played. Obviously, he always plays a good character, even though it was like different from some of the other stuff he's done. But and it was a good storyline, and I liked the storyline. I just felt like I would have to give it a 3.5, just because I felt like it was a little dry too, though.
Yeah, I can't give it that high. I can't go to 3.5. I've got to go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna agree with you. Like this movie is. I don't know. It's obviously a concept movie. It's not a movie that, you know. I mean, it's totally just a movie about something that somebody had an idea about. You can see that on screen very visibly. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for being just truly entertainment and taking a lesson from it. I can't grade this more than like a 2.5, honestly, and that's like that's over the better. But I don't know how I feel about this movie. Maybe because I'm just not that smart and I can't relate. I never went to college, but I
Well,
feel like
you're
this is a
smart.
movie that it has a target audience. I feel it has a target audience. It has the audience is applied to people who work harder than they live their life. That's
Yeah.
a good way to look at it.
Well, and and you're very smart. And just because you don't go to college doesn't mean you can't relate. Because the whole thing is, I mean, you
Book
might not,
smart, at least. I'm not book smart.
you might like the part that you might not relate to as much as understanding the importance of graduating with honors versus not, like how that was like he's like, this is my life. And someone that might not have gone to college might be like, how is that your life? Which I went to college and I really wanted to graduate with honors, and I tried so hard. I even took like the honors courses and stuff like that to do the extra stuff to graduate with honors. And then I got pregnant and
Uh,
I lost um like, and I entered the nursing program and it was so hard and I was like barely passing each class, and I got to the point where it's like, you know what? With the honors, I don't care anymore. I got to do what I can to, one, pass the course, but also take care of my baby and the household and work and everything else. So my priorities shifted from I got to do everything I can to graduate with honors to I got to take care of my family. So if that means just passing the courses to graduate, that's fine, you know. And so I can kind of relate with him in that regard because my life changed, not like how his did, but I could only do. I realized that the nursing program is so hard, and
yeah.
I would have to give something up to graduate with honors, and I can't get. I have to work a full time job because I have a family to
hmm
support now. I'm pregnant, and I
hmm
have a family. But
Damn it, Ken. This is all your fault she's
yeah,
talking about. This is
exactly.
all stuff that's because of you.
Exactly. Thank you. And this movie was weird because the main character was a supporting actor. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so crazy. And then the supporting character was the main actor.
Ken's a jerk. He goes, "Glad I never got pregnant. Could have derailed my dreams or whatever." Ken, you're such an ass.
That's such a man answer. I
I
love
know,
that.
right? Oh my god, it's like, and yeah, I mean, did it? Did graduate? Did not graduating with honors affect my life and career? No. I mean, I still graduated as a nurse. I still got a job. No one knew that I graduated with C's. They just saw that I had my nursing degree, I passed my boards, and you know what? Just because I graduated with C's, I was still a very good nurse. Like, I still followed the protocols. I was like running code teams. I was the person that people would call like when they would like, hey Jamie, is my patients had this sudden change. What do you think? And I would be like, oh my gosh, I think they're having a stroke, or I think they're doing this. We got to do this, and we got to call the doctor. They would ask me for advice. So it's not like graduating with C's made me a horrible nurse, and I didn't know things. I just wasn't able to study all as much as I needed to because I had a baby and I had to
Yeah.
work and stuff. The people that graduated with A's were the people in my class that were able to not work and didn't have as
They
many of
had
the
somebody
responsibilities.
supporting them while they were doing their school.
Exactly. So, I mean that, but I still passed my clinicals. Like I never got it was if you got 1U, so they called it a U. If you got 3 U's out of all of the classes, you would fail clinically and you couldn't be back in the nursing classes.
Really?
Yeah.
That bad?
Yeah, they would withdraw you. So, and that's during your
Goodness.
clinicals. And I
I
didn't,
didn't know they were that strict.
well, they were, I don't know if they are now, but
Yeah.
since COVID, they kind of reduced the strictness. But
Let everything go.
yeah, but I did not get 1U out of the 2 years that I did my clinicals. So I I made sure that I was following protocols and I took extra steps to be safe and not make mistakes. Sure, did I make mistakes out of the 10 years of being a nurse? Of course. But I mean, thank God it was no big huge mistake where I like harmed a patient. But of course, things happen. Yeah, Ken says we
Yeah.
busted our butts for you to get through. Yeah, yeah, we did. But and yes, I'm not saying Ken obviously had to work harder and to help me out, so I can still stay in nursing school. But I mean, it's not like could I was able to be like, okay, Ken, you take care of Alyssa, you work, and I'm just going to study, and I'm not working, and I'm not taking care of Alyssa. I still had to do, all that
Yeah.
too. But Ken did
You
put
didn't
in a
have that
lot.
luxury.
Yeah, I mean, did Ken have to step up to the plate too? Yeah, he had to take on, watch Alyssa so I could go study sometimes, and that kind of stuff. So it was really hard for the both of us. But yeah, life changes, like your priorities change. Like I said, when I first got into college, I was like, I'm going to graduate with honors. I'm making the dean's list and all that. And I did make the dean's list and I was on the way to graduate with honors, but I think life changed.
It just kind of it bites you. You can't
Yeah,
get away from it sometimes. And
exactly.
you're right. That's just life. That's just how it goes.
And it didn't hold me back any because I still was able to get a nursing job right after I graduated and
Yep.
passed my boards. And I just worked hard and continued going to school so I could be where I'm at today. I mean, no one knows what college I went to really. I mean, they can look at my resume, but they don't care. They just see that I have my both master's degrees and my nursing degree, and they're like, okay, and all the certifications I need. They're like, all right, yeah, you're qualified. So I don't think, to your point, I don't going to Harvard or a prestigious like nursing school would have made my life any better. It would have just put me more in debt.
And it probably would have been the same. Let's just be honest, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
just more. It would have been. Uh, I mean, I can't think of a scenario where anybody who, oh goodness, anybody who went to a prestigious school, like, I mean, I don't know a whole lot of people, but I just don't see how that makes you any more qualified than somebody else who didn't. I don't.
The only thing I can think of is the
Because I think
lawyers.
if you're gonna go into your job interview and all you have is that you went to Harvard, but yet I'm interacting with you and I'm being a person with you and I don't like who you are, you know, I'm not gonna. And then I've got this other guy who did 8 years at community college or however long, but he was super nice and I'm gonna pick him over the Harvard guy. I don't care what your prestigious is.
Yeah, the only thing that I think that would have an advantage of is if you have the two of the same candidates, one from Harvard, one from maybe not an Ivy, um in law, because this is Harvard Law is more of a law school, and it's more saturated.
Yeah.
and they both interview well, they may take the Harvard person over that person, but that's only if you have two people right out of college, one from Harvard, one from a less prestigious school. You like them both. They both have similar qualifications. They would probably take the Harvard person over, and I think that would be the only scenario.
Yeah, I guess so. That would make sense if they did it for that reason. But if we're doing it based solely on just, you know, uh, the person that I am, I'm not looking at where you went to school, or I mean the person that you are. I'm not looking at what the school you went to is not going to change or affect my decision making in any way
Yeah.
at all.
No,
I don't I
absolutely.
don't I don't care what school you went to. I want the best man for the job
Yep.
and somebody who is bearable to be around while doing said job.
That too. Ken says, I think this is one of Brandon's first movies. I think you're right, Ken. I don't know if
It was.
from the
He's right.
past. I don't know if from the past came first or if With Honors came first. I'm not sure.
I think it was Blast from the Past, and also uh Encino Man came before this
Oh,
also.
really? Okay.
Yeah, Encino Man came before this. Because this came out in 94, I want to say.
I sure.
But I'm pulling up the IMDb now. Yeah, 1994. So he had already had a few blockbuster movies before this happened. Okay. With honors, 1994, PG-13, hour and 41 minutes. Not a bad runtime. I'll take that. That certainly affects our decision making on movies, but at the same time, with a concept movie like this, I feel like an hour and a half is probably your perfect, like your sweet spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And uh,
Yeah, Ken
let's
says, I
see.
think he was doing like 3 movies a year for a few years. Yeah, and then he was like he was one of those that like had a lot of movies like bam, 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 and now you haven't really seen him much. Like he hasn't really been in a whole lot of movies, I don't think, lately.
Well, there's a lot of people that were like that.
Hmm.
Chris Tucker was like that. Once he got his money, he kind of dipped out. Uh, what's his name? Dave Chappelle did the same thing. He kind of just did his comedy routine. He stopped making movies and stuff,
Yeah.
doing the TV show. For some reason, at some point, people are just. I mean,
Well,
Michael Jordan. You don't ever see him doing autograph signings or anything like that because he just wants out of the spot. He wanted out of the spotlight.
yeah, but he also just bought NASCAR team, so he's still
Oh,
making.
he's had that NASCAR team for a few years, and this season has been crazy for him. They had a stretch where they won 4 out of 6 races, and that's impressive. That's
Yeah.
really impressive. That
So
doesn't happen a lot.
So I think he's still kind of in the spotlight because of that, but like as far as the actors, like even Alicia Silverstone, who was with Brandon Fraser in Blast from the Past, she had a few of those movies like that, like around that era, and then like she hasn't been in anything either since that.
Yeah.
Like she was in Clueless, Blast from the Past, The Crush, and a couple of other things, and then she
Shout
was
out to Patrick Dempsey. He was in
yeah,
this movie looking real young, wasn't
yeah. Oh
he?
my gosh, yeah. It's like wow. These youngins. I mean, even Joe Pesci looked young in this movie.
He did look a little youthful. He sure did. But gosh, Brendan Fraser looks like somebody's stepfather.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Yeah. All right. IMDb gives this a 6.7 out of 10, so that's right at that 2.5 mark ish, give or take. Uh, oh, I'm sorry. I got a text message. I
That's
apologize.
okay.
Okay. Monty is a student, and when his computer crashes, he's left with only a single paper copy of his thesis. Frightened of losing it, he immediately rushes out to photocopy it, only to stumble and drop it down a grate. Genius. Searching the basement of the building, he discovers that it has been found by Simon, a squatter. Simon makes a deal with Monty for every day's accommodation and food that Monty gives him. He will give a page of the thesis in return. And that is the the storyline of the movie. All right. Claudia Haro, who plays Marty, the girl who asked Simon to dance at the party, was previously married to Joe Pesci, but the couple had been divorced for a year prior to filming.
Wow.
That's crazy. uh, 6 big-name British actors were in the running for Professor Pitcairn. Oh, and shout out, that was my favorite scene in the movie when he's arguing or debating with the professor on the meaning of the Constitution. That was my
Yeah,
favorite scene.
that
Yeah.
was funny.
Either that one or him getting off of the charges in the courtroom. He
Yes.
said, "I pay my taxes." Yeah, there's a all sales tax and state tax on the wine.
Yeah. Those were good parts.
This was originally set up as a Dustin Hoffman project. He could
Oh,
totally have been Joe Pesci. Yeah, I
yeah,
could have seen that. That
yeah.
would have worked. Kristen Swanson passed on the role of Courtney, which ended up going to Mariah Kelly. There's not a whole lot to this movie as far as our um, trivia. I mean, the facts of the movie. The film takes place at Harvard, and the director of the film, Alec Kershian, is himself a Harvard graduate, class of 1986.
Nice.
Simon's message is a quote by Walt Whitman.
Really?
hmm The film was shot at various locations in Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, Massachusetts, and including the Harvard University campus in Cambridge. The exterior of the Winthrop House appears, but the interior pictured are not of actual Harvard houses. The last scene of the movie was shot at the University of Illinois at Urbana
Champagne.
Champaign. Yeah, that's where it was
Interesting.
shot at. That's pretty cool.
So I wonder if it was because when they say Illinois, because I'm from Illinois, if it was just that campus, the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. And actually, that's funny because that's the school I wanted to go to. And I was like, yep, I'm going to Urbana-Champaign. I'm going to go to nursing school there and all that. And obviously, that's when things changed because of my pregnancy and stuff, and I didn't go. But that's where I kind of wanted to go. I originally, like when I was a sophomore before I met Ken, I wanted to go to University of Michigan or Notre Dame because of part of the reason I want to go to Notre Dame is because of the Rudy story, but I also liked Michigan and I wanted to for some reason wanted to go to Michigan, but then I'm like, okay, I probably got to stay in state. So then I was looking at Urbana-Champaign, and then I met Ken, and obviously things changed.
Well,
But I mean,
life.
obviously it's probably for the best, because if I would have went straight to a 4-year college, I would have twice the debt, and I have enough student loan debt that I can't afford right now anyway.
Yeah.
My student loan debt is so outrageous.
The only movie of Joe Pesci's career to be rated PG-13.
Really interesting.
The film was released on April 29th, 1994, and received generally negative reviews from critics. You know, let's see. Let me get down. We're running out of time here. I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. Come on.
Yeah, think of suggestions, chat, while he's
Still
doing
waiting on my sponsor for my iPad, by the way. Thank you.
You might be waiting another couple years. No, I'm kidding.
Come on. Scroll on down.
PG-13, not even Home Alone? Yeah.
Not
look
even
at-
Home Alone.
Huh. PG-13 was Home Alone wasn't rated R.
No, it was rated PG.
Oh, okay.
Release date is April 29th, 1994. I don't have a budget for you, but opening weekend it only made 4.3 million, and gross US and Canada only 20 million. So it was a little bit of a bombshell.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I feel like it could have been worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is with honors, ladies and gentlemen. I did enjoy it. We've had worse movies.
Yeah. So, what was everyone's favorite scene? And what movie? Ken says Blake said Scarface. Anybody? Is everyone okay with that, or something else?
Hey, I did suggest Scarface last week, and I mean, if we're gonna be a movie review group, we have to do Scarface at some point, right? Everybody does Scarface.
Sure. I'm okay if the chat's okay. If that's what they want to do. And while they're answering those questions, I want to tell you a story. So this is April Fool's Day, and some people might already know the story, but I don't know if you know this, Blake. So 28 years ago today is when I found out I was pregnant with Alyssa. And I didn't realize it was April Fool's Day when I called Ken, and I'm 18
Oh
years
my
old.
goodness.
I'm crying. His mom told Ken to come over because we had something to tell him, and so he comes over, and I'm with his mom, his aunt, and Ken, and I'm crying, and I tell him that I'm pregnant, and he just starts laughing, and I'm like, why is he laughing? And then he's like, April Fools, aha. And it's like, and his aunt goes, no, and showed him the stick. And he's like, oh, and then like gives me a hug.
Oh.
And just gives me a hug. And so, those memes, memes every year, on April 2nd, I always get the memory of the meme of like, it's April 2nd and she's still pregnant and they're crying. And I'm like, that was my entire story. That's me and my story. And so, but anyway, I thought, now I just laugh about it, obviously, because I didn't realize that it was April 1st and I'm telling him, hey, I'm pregnant. And, so, yeah, but anyway, so it
Shout
sounds
out telling your husband that you're pregnant on April Fools. You set
I know.
yourself up for that one.
I know, right? But it sounds like Ken agrees that we'll do Scarface, and nobody else had made any suggestions. So next week we'll do Scarface. With that, and the riddle of today is, why don't cannibals eat comedians?
Why don't cannibals eat comedians? Because they don't like funny bones?
Nope. Kind of. You kind of got it. So I'll give it to you because they taste funny.
Because they taste funny. God darn it.
But you're on the right track with funny. So
I was right there. I was scratching the surface.
so good job. All right. Any last words for the chat, Blake?
I appreciate y'all coming in late for us. I'm sorry about last week. We should have reviewed this movie last week, but I'm glad y'all came in this week to catch back up. And barring any problems, we look forward to seeing y'all next week for Scarface.
Yes.
You want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
And yes, again, sorry for being late, you guys, this week. I'm so sorry. But remember, you guys are all beautiful inside and out. And don't let anyone make you think differently. And the quote tonight comes from Martin Luther King Jr. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Yes, love that quote. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
See ya.